Hey everyone, my name is Eli and today we're going to be talking about the top 10 performing stocks of 2020 and how you can get one of those for free. Let's get right into it. To come up with these top 10 performing stocks of 2020, I use a website called FinViz. If you haven't been there or haven't explored it, I'll put a link below. It's a very cool website. You can explore it looking at stocks a bunch of different ways. They have a stock screener that looks at over 7,500 stocks. So that's what I compared this to and found the top performing ones from January 1st, 2020 to December 31st, 2020. First, if you want to get one of these stocks for free, make sure you're a subscriber and then you should comment which one of these stocks that you would like. I'll pick one of those. This is a small channel, so comment and you're probably going to have a pretty good chance that you're going to get one. So we'll see what happens. Also, all of these 10 stocks, I'm going to put their websites in the description below so that you can go and check out their websites and do some further research about them. Without any further ado, let's get right into it. Number 10, Trillium Therapeutics, TRIL. They are up a whopping 1,328% this year. They're a biotech company that works with treating and fighting different types of cancers. Go check out their website, and you may need a PhD to understand exactly what their strategy is and what makes them unique, but their stock had a great year. Number 9, Kirkland Inc., KIRK. They were up 1,341%. They are a special realty site that does a lot of home furniture and really like modern designs, kind of this farmhouse, coastal living kind of vibe. When the pandemic hit, people ran to buy nice furniture and kind of fix up their houses a little bit, and this stock was right there for it and went to the moon. Number 8, Cardiff Oncology, CRDF. They were up 1,350% this year. They're another biotech company that works also with fighting cancer. Their mechanisms or the things that they use are a little bit different. Cardiff Oncology, they're based in San Diego, and they saw a huge growth basically since the beginning of the year was kind of steady, small growth, and then about June, July, their stock just... Number 7, Riot Blockchain, RIOT, not Riot the game manufacturer, but Riot Blockchain. They're a Colorado-based company. That's where I'm at. And they were up 1,416% this year. Basically, they deal with everything in the Bitcoin specific environment. So they do accounting, they do mining, they do buying and selling, transactions, things like that. So when Bitcoin took off, Riot was right behind them. Number 6 is BEEM Global, BEEM. They were up 1,483%. They have a pretty special company that works with, they came up with a charger for electric vehicles that doesn't require any construction or permitting or any utilities wiring. It's all just solar panels, and they can come in and install it really quick. I definitely recommend going and checking out their website because I think what they're doing is definitely pretty interesting. The other thing about them is this last quarter, their stock saw a 500% increase, which is really, really crazy. Number 5, Vaxart Inc., VXRT. They were up 1,529% this year. They're involved in vaccines, different ways to make vaccines more efficient and different ways to administer and take a vaccine. What's interesting about them is they actually had a huge spike at the beginning of the year. So in July, their stock hit a peak of $17.49. And then since July, it's really come back down, and now it's sitting at $5.70. Number 4 is GreenPower Motor Company. Their stocker symbol is GP. They were up 1,841% this year. What's interesting about them is they're based in Vancouver. So actually for the first half of the year, they were trading on the Toronto Stock Exchange, the TSXV, and then in August they IPO'd on the NASDAQ. So in August they saw a huge spike in price, because now everyone in the United States, everyone with access to the NASDAQ could now buy their stock. What they do, they are one of the world's top manufacturers for electric buses and different vehicles. Think larger capacity vehicles, so school buses, and like I said, buses for in the city and stuff like that. Number 3, BLNK Charging Co., BLNK. They are up 2,198% this year. That's a huge growth. And what BLNK does, they are one of the top installers of electric vehicle charging systems. So they have a bunch of different contracts with cities and states to set up these chargers all over the United States. One of the things I found really kind of interesting about this company is they were actually started over 10 years ago. So they became a public company in 2010. And at that point, their stock price was up over $3,000. And this year, their high was about $45. As of December 31st, 2019, so now over a year ago, they had just under 15,000 stations. I'm not sure how many they have now, but I'm sure it's more. It's over that 15,000 mark. So they have a pretty widespread of electric vehicle charging stations. Number 2, Novavax Inc. NVAX. They're up 2,701% for the year. This is another stock that works with vaccines. So they've been around the vaccine game for a while. So they've made vaccines for like SARS and Ebola and the seasonal flu, things like that. What's interesting about their stock is that it kind of peaked also in about July, August time. You know, since that time in August, they've lost 20-30% of the value, but they still, over the year, were up 2,700%. And number 1, the number 1 performing stock of 2020 was Bit Digital Inc. Stocker symbol BTBT. And yes, it's true. They were up over 5,382% for the year. 5,382%. That is ridiculous. That means if you invested, let's say you had $1,000 that you had invested in them in January 1st, that $1,000 that you would have invested in on January 1st, on December 31st would have been worth $53,000. Bit Digital, the biggest thing that they do is Bitcoin mining. So they talk about some of their strategies that they use and how they're some of the most efficient and have the highest mining rate for Bitcoin, which anyone who's bullish on Bitcoin, you know, having a faster mining rate, you're going to be ahead of other people. The one thing I'll say that's kind of comical, I went and looked at their website, did some exploring, and it's actually a very, very simple website. And I was really shocked that they spent hardly any resources on their website. All their money must be going to Bitcoin mining. So something to take into consideration. Also on their website, they had a very random page for car rentals. Nothing at all related to Bitcoin or mining or anything like that. So if anybody has any idea why there's a car rental tab on this website, please let me know. So what are my takeaways from looking at this past year of investing? Well, there was big gains for cryptocurrencies, right? Anything with Bitcoin. We saw companies dealing with electric vehicles and renewable energy and charging those electric vehicles. So I think that's going to be a really big industry coming forward. And then biotech. And biotech is a really interesting one. There's a lot of companies in biotech that can, you know, shoot up and then shoot back down, you know, up thousands of % in a day, or, you know, in a week especially. And so those ones are hard to wrap your head around. Thank you very much for watching. This video did take a lot of work. If you're interested in getting one of these stocks for free, write down, make sure you're a subscriber, and then write down which stock you want. And I'll choose one of my subscribers randomly that commented and send them the stock.